Hello guys! Today I would like to introduce to you about an affix. What is an affix? An affix is a small unit of language that is added to the beginning, which known as prefix, an suffix, and also within the root word infix of a base word to create a new word with a different meaning. It can change the word stance, number, or part of speech. For example, in the word unhappiness, the prefix un is an affix that changes the meaning of the base word happiness to indicate the opposite or absence of happiness. Similarly, in the word cats, the suffix s is an affix that indicates the plural form of the base word cat. Unlike prefixes and suffixes, which are added to the root word, infixes are placed within the root word to create a new word or modify its meaning. For example, the word fantastic will be fan-freaking-tastic, which is freaking is inserted into the word fan to emphasize or intensify the adjective fantastic. Infixes are not commonly used like prefixes and suffixes, but they can add emphasis or create playful and colloquial consequences. Affixes are used in language to create new words and modify the existing ones.
I am walking. Walking is a good exercise. It is a disappointing show. The ing suffixes that I provide in the three sentences are in the same morpheme. The ing suffixes is a common morpheme in English that used to denote the present participle form of a verb, which in turn indicating an ongoing action or state. In my sentence, I am walking and walking is a good exercise. Walking is the present participle form of the verb to walk, while disappointing is the present participle of the verb to disappoint. So, the ing suffixes in these three morphemes are indeed the same morpheme.
Alright, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, consider the following words and answer the questions that follow. Uninstall, uninstaller, untrue, and unlikely. Are the unprefixes in the four words above the same morpheme? Provide explanation to support your answer. Okay, so before I answer this question, I would like to talk a little bit about what is a prefix and what is unprefix. Okay, so basically a prefix is a type of affix that appears at the beginning of a word that alters the meaning or creates a new word. And for the unprefix is one of the most common prefixes in English, and it is used to create words that have the opposite or negative meaning of the base word. When un is added to an adjective or a verb, it typically indicates the reversal or absence of the quality or action described by the base word. For example, unhappy, which means not happy, right? Okay, so to answer the question just now, are the unprefixes in the four words above, uninstall, uninstaller, untrue, and unlikely, the same morpheme? The answer is no. They are not the same morpheme. Why? Okay, first, let's take a look at the word uninstall. In this word, the prefix un is used to indicate the reversal or negation of the action of installing. The morpheme un carries the meaning of undoing or reversing the action. For example, to uninstall a software means to remove or delete it from a computer system. Okay. Similarly, in the word uninstaller, the prefix un is used to denote the reversal or negation of the action performed by an installer. It refers to a program or utility designed to remove or uninstall software from a computer. The morpheme un carries the meaning of removing or undoing the installation process.
The prefix "an" here is used to indicate the opposite of the adjective true. The morpheme "an" in this context conveys the meaning of not and opposite. Therefore, untrue means not true or false. Moving on to the next word, which is unlikely. The prefix "an" here is used to indicate the opposite of the adjective likely. The morpheme "an" conveys the meaning of not or opposite. Therefore, unlikely means not likely.
In summary, while the prefix "an" is used in all four words, its meaning and function vary depending on the root word it is attached to. In uninstall and uninstaller, it denotes reversal or removal. Meanwhile, in untrue and unlikely, it indicates negation or opposite meaning. Therefore, the "an" prefixes in these words are not necessarily the same morpheme.
In the word uninstaller, which suffix attaches first? The prefix "an" or the suffix "er"? How do you identify which suffix comes first? The first rule of identifying which suffix comes first is to dissect the prefix, the root word, and the suffix of the word. For the word uninstaller, the prefix is "an", the root word is "install", and the suffix is "er". After listing it out, we need to see the opposite word of the root word. Here, the opposite word for install is uninstall. Wait, that doesn't mean that the prefix "an" comes first. We have to test out if the opposite meaning changes when we add the suffix. As you can see here, when we add the suffix er, it becomes installer and uninstaller. Both of these words still have the opposite meaning. Therefore, it proves that the suffix er comes first. Right now, let's try to remove the prefix "an" from the words uninstall and uninstaller. So as you can see here, install and installer is not the opposite meaning to each other. This means that the prefix "an" does not come first in the word uninstaller because when we remove it, the remaining structure of the word does not indicate that it is the opposite meaning.
As a native speaker of Malay, it does affect me a lot, especially when using the ing suffixes in writing and also speaking. First, it is very confusing to comprehend some words. In English, the ing suffixes can be a noun and also can be a verb, like helping your parents is a must and Ali is helping his parents. As you see, the suffix ing can convey different meaning in these two different sentences. Second, I sometimes also mix the use between Malay and English. For example, in Malay, I myself hear my parents say, "Tolong chargerkan phone ibu kejap." In English, that is very wrong because the use of suffix er make it confusing for people to understand. Lastly, Malay and English has different set of rules regarding affixes. And here is the differences that you can see in this picture.
Affixes are morphemes that are added to the beginning or end of a word to change its meaning or form. Prefixes can change the meaning of a word, while suffixes can change its grammatical function. Affixation is a common process in many languages and can be used to create a new word or modify existing one. Overall, understanding affixes is important for building vocabulary and understanding the structure of a word in a language. I think that's all from us. Thank you.